Enjoying the sun with my beautiful waterproof, sweat-proof makeup. Stay tuned to see how I achieve this look. Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is my first official makeup tutorial. So make sure you guys subscribe below and click that notification button so you guys know when I post my videos, which will be twice a week. If I could post more than that, I will. But so you're notified, make sure you click the little bell after subscribing. Also, right up here, I'm going to go ahead and put my Instagram name so you guys can also follow me on Instagram and my IG stories because I post a lot of fun and different content on there as well. Don't forget to give my videos a like. With all of that said, let's get started. All right, so the look that I will be doing today is a waterproof sweat-proof makeup tutorial look. So it's very important that you ladies learn how to apply your makeup that is going to last while you're outside with your families, whether it's going to the beach, to the pool, to the water parks, theme parks, or just out to a regular park or anything outside. So here we go. I always start off every look, no matter what I'm doing, with this facial spray. It's the Evian water, just like the drinking water, but it's for the face and it's a spray. So I'm going to go ahead and spray that all over the face for some hydration. It has no scent to it. It's just basically water for the face. Okay, so because it's going to be so hot and I am going to be outside today, I want to make sure that I hydrate my face as much as possible, okay? So today I'm going to be using the e.l.f. This is the Hydrating Face Primer. So I'm going to use this as my primer to set my face. I'm going to start with the eyebrows, okay? So what I'm going to be using for my eyebrows is this Anastasia pomade that is waterproof, and this is the dark brown, and I'm going to be using the Anastasia Eyebrow Dual pencil for that. I literally only use this pomade to do the entire eyebrow. So once I have the shape that I want, I will go back in and fill in all of my eyebrows with the Anastasia pomade. There you have it. My eyebrows are done. Now I'm going to show you how to clean them up and conceal them with a waterproof concealer. So these are the LA Girl Pro concealers. You will see me using them a lot in my channel. I absolutely love them, and it's very necessary for me because I have a lot of pigmentations that need to be color corrected. So I love, love, love these LA Girl Pro concealers, and they are waterproof, so they're not going to budge. So this one right here is the peach shade, which is really great for counteracting dark pigmentation. So I'm going to use this on my eyelids, one, to clean them up, and two, to cancel out all the darkness on my eyelids. And then I'll be using my e.l.f. concealer, Flawless Concealer Brush that looks just like this. And then I am just going to set that in place. I'm going to drag it underneath the eyebrow just to clean it up. I love this concealer brush. It's just so awesome. Now that my eyebrows are cleaned up and my eyelids are concealed, I'm gonna go ahead and lock in my eyebrows. This is another key to keeping your makeup from being sweat-proof and waterproof and just to last and not budge all day while you're out in the heat or doing whatever you're gonna be doing. So this is the Benefit Gimme Brow that I will be setting and locking in. It's the gel for the eyebrows. And this is in the shade 5. Now my eyebrows aren't going anywhere, girl. Jumping back into that Peach Pro Concealer, I'm gonna go ahead and start color correcting some pigmentation on the face that's dark. Today, I am going to use the peach one. So I just put it on the areas before I use my foundations and other products where I have darker pigmentation to conceal. Using the same e.l.f. concealer brush, I'm just going to blend that in. When you blend underneath the eye, always make sure to look up. Now my face is color corrected. Okay, time to talk about foundation. Now, there are so many waterproof foundations out on the market, but I have one that's very affordable. It's new in 2019. This is the NYX Can't Stop, Won't Stop Waterproof 24-Hour Full Coverage Foundation, okay? This is not going to budge, and it's full coverage, and it's beautiful. And my shade is the Classic Tan. And it is also a matte finish, which is great for the heat, all right? So I will be applying that today with my Morphe sponge. So I'm just gonna do a few drops on there. And then I'm gonna go ahead and put that on the face. I like to start with a light layer of foundation and then build as I go, because I do not want heavy foundation, heavy coverage for when I'm gonna be out all day. That's when cakiness starts to happen. So I'm just gonna blend that in all over my face. Make sure you always drag your foundation down your neck so you don't have that mask effect. Okay, also too, ladies, you want to make sure you just dab a little bit on your ears just to make sure everything is matching. This foundation is full coverage and you can build it up. But for instance, since I'm going to be out all day in the heat, I'm not going to build it up too much. If I was wearing this at night, I could go a little bit more, but we're going to leave it at that. Time to highlight the face. So what we will be using is this new L'Oreal Infallible Concealer. And this is, let me tell you my shade. It's the Pecan 380, okay? So again, this is waterproof, so it's not going to budge. And I'm just going to put it on the areas I want to brighten and conceal, which are usually under the eyes, the forehead, down the nose, and the chin. And then I do take a little bit right here where I tend to get dark. Okay, using the other side of my Morphe sponge, I'm gonna go ahead and carefully and gently pat that in. Again, when you're using concealers under the eyes, make sure to look up so you get into all of those fine lines. Now I am going to set that with translucent powder. It's a must that you're going to set all of these cream products with a powder when you're going to go out in the heat, just to make sure nothing slips and slides around. But I'm going to do things a little bit different on my makeup routine because I'm going to be using the NYX Bright Idea blush, okay? And it's a cream blush, so I want to apply it before I add any more powder, so that way when I put it on, it doesn't smudge the powder and it just looks flawless. So before I get into bronzing and setting and baking, I'm gonna go ahead and apply my blush. And this is in the shade Pinky Dust. Pinky Dust, okay? So I'm gonna take this really pretty color, and I'm going to just put that on my cheeks. I do like to run a little bit on my nose during spring and summer for that suntan effect. And I am going to go back in with a baked powder at the very end to make sure it's set. But I did want to apply that first, okay? So now I'm just going to tap that in. This is my blush, really pretty. It's going to give me a really peachy pink flush of color. Okay, so now it's time to bake and set the face. And I'm going to be using my Collab Translucent Set the Stage powder. I absolutely love it. It's one of my holy grails. This can only be found at Sally Beauty. So if you don't have one near you, go online and order it. They're amazing. I absolutely love this translucent powder. So what I'm going to do with that is set my entire face and bake in certain areas of my face. Okay, so I'm going to use the other side of my Morphe brush, and I'm going to start under the eyes. I like to look up when I do this, and I like to start from the inner corner and work my way out. Now I am going to let this bake under my eyes because I don't want any fine lines to appear. And then I'm also going to drag it down the sides of my face, so when I use my bronzer, you get that nice contour. And then whatever left on the brush, I'm just going to go ahead, not the brush, the sponge, I'm just going to set the rest of my face just to make sure all the foundations and creams and nothing move throughout the day. I know translucent powders look white and bright, and that's what they're for, but when you dust them off, they just look flawless. All right, so now that my face is baking, what I'm gonna do is start bronzing the face, and I will be using my Maybelline City Bronzer, which is waterproof, and this is in the shade 300. And the brush that I'm going to use to bronze today is the Morphe Jaclyn Hill JH02 brush, okay? So I'm just going to bronze the face with this. I quickly wanted to mention that I am a stay-at-home mom, so I apologize for any cute baby back noise. They're not alone, they're with grandma. Now a little trick, ladies, if you pull your bronzers too far, take a little bit of that translucent powder and put it on the areas where you don't want it, because you don't want to drag your bronzers and your contours too far down or too low, because then you'll have a like shadow. So I'm just going to go in and kind of clean up just a little bit, so that way everything is defined and looks beautiful. Now using this very fluffy brush by It's Cosmetics, it's the Love Beauty Fully brush, I'm going to go ahead and wipe off the bake. And then I'm just going to tap over the bronzer just to make sure everything is blended perfectly. Because I am going to use my City Bronzer as a multi-purpose product to continue adding flushes of color around my face, I'm going to use that same one, and I'm just going to contour my nose with it, okay? When I contour my nose, I like to put it on the sides, across here, right here, and a little bit under the chin. That's a trick for a bigger looking lip, okay? Now using the same City bronzer, I know you're hearing that a lot, but this is the key to waterproof makeup. You've got to use waterproof products, okay? So I'm gonna take this and I'm going to set my entire lid with it, okay? Then I'm gonna deepen it a little bit in my crease, just for definition. So far, that's just kind of what I've got. It's all over the lid, a little bit in the crease for definition. Okay, now for the under eyes, I am going to use, and that brush I used on my lid was the Jeffree Star JS5 blending brush. And for the under the eye, I'm gonna still use the same products because I wanna keep a fresh looking face, but make sure it's waterproof. This is the M432. And I'm gonna tap into the bronzer and I'm going to press that along the waterline. So as you can see, I have a nice little color going on under my eyes. When I go back and redefine everything, I will use a smudger brush to define that even more. I do have the LA Girl Gel Waterproof Eyeliner that I'm going to be using to create just a little wing for definition, since I'm not going to have a lot of color on the eye. And I will be using my Jeffree Star brush, and this is the J57 Dual Pencil brush right here. So I'm going to be using the gel and I'm going to be creating my wing. And there you have it, a nice, simple, black, waterproof wing. Now that my wing liner is on, I'm going to go ahead back into my City bronzer and I'm going to just define the crease and get a little more pigmentation. And then using, let me see, this is the Jaclyn Hill Morphe JH40 brush. I'm going to use it and I'm going to re-smudge and define the lower lash line. Very simple eye for everyday, outside, anywhere you're gonna go type look that's not gonna budge in the heat or sweat off your face. Okay, we're gonna jump into blush. Well, the second part of the blush, I did want to mention this Milani baked blush right here, and this is in the shade One Dulce Pink. It is a baked powder blush. The baked powder blushes are waterproof and they're not going to budge. They're not going to budge. And the brush I'm going to be using for that, because I want to pack it on very well, is the Jeffree Star JS1 brush. So I'm going to tap into that, and it's also going to lock in the cream blush from NYX, ladies. Okay, here we go. Here we go. And then I'm going to take that and I'm just going to pat that in on the apples of my cheeks. It also has a really pretty gold like shimmer to it, so it's going to add a little bit of shimmer to the face as well. Now I'm going to be using this Wet n Wild Rose setting spray. This is not going to save the longevity of your makeup, but what it's going to do right now, because I will go in at the very end with one that will make your makeup last all day, this is just going to lock in all the powders and everything we just put on the face, okay? And it smells so amazing, like roses. They also have like a coconut one and a cucumber one. I've tried all of them and I love them all. So I'm going to let that dry. Now for the waterline, I want to keep my eyes, I'm going to be outside nice and bright. I did do a black wing, so I don't want to go too dark. So I'm going to be using the Fake Awake Tarte. And this is the nude eyeliner for my waterline. I'm not exactly sure if this is waterproof. So it's nude. It will literally just fade into anything that you have on your face. But I love it for outdoor daily looks because it's just really going to make you look awake. Look how bright my eyes look now. Really, really pretty. Now for mascara, which is a must for me, I love Voluminous Lashes. I'm going to be using the Voluminous Lash Paradise Waterproof Mascara. It is a dupe for the Better Than Sex, and I personally love it better than that mascara anyway. So I'm going to do a coat of that. Okay, so you could finish the look just with that and add on your lipstick and you'd be done. You'd be full waterproof and good to go. However, I am going to add a little bit of lashes because I will be out and about today and I just want a little bit more of a pop. So I'm using the Demi Wispies lashes by Kiss, okay? They're nice and wispy, so they're not going to be too dramatic, but they're really going to add that nice little pop to this look. There you have it. The lashes are on. Do you see how voluminous they are? They're not too dramatic, but they just add a little bit of pop to this natural waterproof makeup look I got going on. So for the bottom lash line, I'm going to use the same Voluminous Lash Paradise Waterproof because my eyes tend to water a little bit, so I don't want them to run. So I'm going to place this on the lower lash line. Okay, to finish the look, we have two more steps, lips and then setting the face. So for my lips, I'm using the Superstay Matte Ink 24-Hour Wear Maybelline lipstick. And I'm actually going to use a pencil to apply it because the applicator is a little bulky and I want to do a light layer that will dry and last all day. There you have it. Ladies, this lipstick is not going to move or budge all day. Again, the key is not to apply too much because when you apply too much matte lipstick, it tends to crack and all of that. So always add a light layer that's going to dry quickly. It's literally already dry, but it's going to last all day. Okay, so you're wondering, where's the highlight? Why would you put highlight if you're going to be outside and you're going to start getting shiny anyway? This girl cannot live without highlight. So I'm going to apply a generous amount on the face for a little bit of glow because I'm going to get all glowy anyway. So for that, I'm going to be using the Physicians Formula Butter Highlighter that is waterproof. And this is the Rose Gold Highlighter, okay? So again, I'm going to be using a generous amount, just a little bit. Generous amount? No, generous is a lot. I'm going to use a light a lot. More bloopers for you guys. You'll find on my channel, I have a lot of bloopers. And for that, I am using the Milani highlighter brush, okay? So I'm going to tap into that. And I'm going to add it to the high points of my face. Look how pretty. It gives it a nice, subtle, wet look. But it's not too much. Not too much. And that Milani Baked blush also had a little bit of a gold flush to it. So that's going to really make everything look nice together. But do you see how pretty and a little bit of shine that's giving the face? And using a setting spray that's gonna have longevity on, keeping the makeup to last all day and to just lock everything in place. So I'm using the All Nighter Urban Decay setting spray. Again, I don't go light on my spray. Okay, ladies, so this is the finished look. I hope you guys found the tips and tricks on what to use for waterproof, sweat-proof makeup. Now, the only way to know if these products are really going to work, because I've never used them all in one makeup session, is to test it out. So stay tuned, because I'm going to be out and about and I'm going to record some clips of that and then do a final check-in at the very end of my video so you ladies can see how these products wore out here in the Florida humidity while I'm running around. Stay tuned. Hi everyone, I wanted to do a quick check-in. I'm on my way to an appointment and this is how my waterproof makeup is holding up so far. I think it looks great. It is currently 86 degrees here in Florida. I still have a bunch of other things I have to do, so I will check in again with you guys later. Hi everyone, so it is about 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I've had my makeup on for about 4 hours. I've not had to blotch or touch up anything, and I think everything still looks great. I'm about to go into Dunkin' Donuts and get some coffee. Hi everyone, it's been about an hour since my last check-in, and I did notice that my face is starting to get a little bit oily, so I'm going to be using my absorbing clean and clear sheets to just try to take off some of that oil. But literally, through me sweating and running around and doing errands, I'm not finding my makeup is budging. But because I do have oily skin, this is going to happen for me no matter what. But everything is still in place. I got all the oil off. These oil sheets are great because they do not move the makeup. They just kind of absorb the oils and make everything look fresh. So now I will see you at the end of my day with the final check-in and thoughts of my makeup. Hi everyone, I am back for my final check-in. It is about 8:45. Just put the boys to bed after running around all day. So I wanted to give you my final thoughts of this waterproof, sweat-proof makeup tutorial. So I'm going to come in really close so you guys can see. I honestly don't have any disappointments with this makeup routine and all the products that I used. The only thing was it was so hot, my allergies are crazy that I swiped my nose. But even with all of that, it didn't mess up the makeup. I don't have any cakiness. I have a little bit of oil and I only blotted one time, and I wouldn't consider this really oily. I would take it for after almost 7-8 hours of wearing this makeup in and out, running around, for it to be more of a glow that I have, because I know the difference between an oily finish, and that could happen within 3 hours of me wearing makeup, to this after only blotting one time. I will take this any day because I look healthy, I look like I'm glowing, and I can't believe I did as much as I did, and the makeup just still looks fabulous. So if you do notice, the lipstick did kind of fade, but I had dinner and snacks and tons of water in between the day. But remember, I only put a really thin layer of lipstick since it was a 24-hour matte. I didn't want it to get cakey or cracky or any of that, so I could have reapplied another light layer of that lipstick, but I didn't. I just wanted to go a full day with just what I put on. But I do still have pigmentation, but you can definitely see where it wore off a little bit. But that lipstick is still phenomenal, and I still recommend that lipstick for waterproof days or just any days if you're looking for a good lipstick. All right, in the description box, I will tag all of the products that I used and the prices so you guys can purchase them and try them out. So give a thumbs up for my video if you like it. And I look forward to seeing you guys in my next tutorial. Bye.